Assalamu alaikum class. How are you all? I hope you are fine and enjoying your good health. Welcome to your English class. Let's learn English with Ma'am Rimsha. Let's begin. The learning objectives of this lesson are: by the end of this lesson, you should be able to revise the concept of zero conditional sentences and to retrieve the concept of modal verbs. Let us go through some examples of zero conditional. If ice cream gets warm, it melts. Or ice cream melts if it gets warm. If it rains, I'll stay at home. So in this sentence, there is a condition that if it rains, and the result is that I'll stay at home. Another example is, if they don't get water, the flowers die. So class, before going to zero conditional sentences, I will tell you that what is a clause. A clause is a group of related words which has a subject and a verb. A clause can function as a sentence by itself or as part of a sentence. For example, he put on weight when he stopped running. Now let us move to zero conditional sentences. Class, now I will tell you what exactly zero conditional sentences are. So let's start. The zero conditional is used to describe generally known truths, scientific facts. The time is always and now, and the situation is possible and real. Let us see some more examples. I talk to my friends if I have a problem. In this sentence, the main clause is I talk to my friends, and the if clause, which is the condition, that is if I have a problem. Okay, next example is ice melts if you heat it. Now class, note one thing, that do not use comma before if clause. Now you can write these sentences in another form. Let's see that. If I have a problem, I talk to my friends. Class, this is the same example as previous one. But what is the difference? Think about it. Yes, you are right. The difference is that in this sentence, we are using if clause first and main clause later. So, what do you note? That do not forget to use comma after the if clause. So, whenever we are using if clause first and main clause later, then you must have to put comma after the if clause. Got it? Very nice. Class, use the present indefinite tense for both, for the if clause and for the main clause. For example, if my team loses, I am very sad. Or you can also write this sentence as I am very sad if my team loses. The only difference in these two sentences are that when you are using if clause first, then you have to put comma after the if clause. And if you are using the if clause later, then there is no need to put comma after the main clause. Okay class, you can also use when for if in zero conditional sentences. For example, if you heat water, it boils. You can also write this sentence as when you heat water, it boils. Both are same, okay? It's checkup time. Now let's see what you have learned about zero conditional sentences. You have to fill these blanks by your own self. The first one is, if you cool water to 0 degree centigrade, dash. Think about it, what you will write in this blank. The answer is, if you cool water to 0 degrees centigrade, it freezes. Next is, if you practice English every day, dash. Hurry up, fill this blank. So the answer is, if you practice English every day, you learn fast. Very good. Next blank for you is, if we meet after work, comma, dash. What you will write in this blank, think about it. What could be your result? My answer is that if we meet after work, we have coffee together. You can have your own answer. If you go for swimming, comma, dash. If you go for swimming, comma, you get wet. Class, before going to modal verbs, let us see some examples of verbs. You know na that what is a verb? For example, walk, eat, read, sleep, write, play, call. These all are verbs. Verbs are the action words. Very nice. So class, first of all, we will discuss that what is verb. A verb is a word that shows action, or it tells what someone or something does. For example, the baby sleeps. Sarah goes to market to buy new dress. Mom, can I run to the park? So in these sentences, sleeps, goes and run are the verbs. Now we will see that what is the difference between helping verbs and modal verbs. So class, helping verb is used to show tense, which make negative and question form, and helping verb don't have any meaning. For example, I will have salad now. But modal verbs can express obligation, ability, intention, etc. For example, I have asked him, but he will not come. Class, I hope you have learned a lot about zero conditional sentences. Now let us move on to our next topic, that is modal verbs. Now we will discuss about modal verbs. What are modal verbs? A modal verb is a special kind of verb that indicates ability, order, permission, possibility, or request. For example, shall, must, could, might, will, ought to, may, would, should, and can. These all are modal verbs. Now let's see where to use modal verb will. Will is mostly used to show willingness. For example, I will ask him, but he will not come. Teacher will read the lesson. Now let's see where to use modal verb shall. It is mostly used to make offers and suggestions. It is also used for future actions. For example, that bag looks heavy. Shall I carry it for you? Or, shall I get pizza tonight? Class, now let us discuss the use of modal verbs must and ought to. They are used to express necessity or obligation. For example, I must memorize all the rules about modal verbs. Or, you must get up early. They ought to offer seat to the people in the bus. Or, we ought to love our neighbors. So the use of modal verb must and ought to are same. Use of modal verb would. It is used for desire, request, or wish. For example, would you like a cup of tea? Or would you help me? You can also think of your examples, class. You are very nice at this. Very good. Think about more examples. Use of modal verb may and might. They are used to discuss about the possibilities or to grant permission. For example, you may go now. Or the doctor said he might be late. Use of modal verb can or could. They are used for ability, capacity, or permission. For example, can I sit in that chair? This is used for permission. Could I open the window? This is also used as a permission. Okay. Ali can speak 3 languages. It is showing ability. Yes. And next is, he could speak fluent English when he was 5. This sentence is also showing ability. It's checkup time. Now let's check that what have you learned about modal verbs. Are you ready? Yes, very nice. Okay, the first one is, dash I borrow your pen please? What will come in this sentence? Think about it. I heard a noise upstairs. Ali dash be home. Third is, I dash play the piano when I was younger. Fourth is, I dash watch a movie tonight. Fifth is, it dash rain later, so take an umbrella. Very nice, class. You have 2 minutes. Fill these blanks and then we'll check the answers. Now it's time to check your answers. Are you ready? Very nice. Check your answers with me. First one was, can I borrow your pen please? Good. Next is, I heard a noise upstairs. Ali must be home. Third is, I could play the piano when I was younger. Fourth is, I may watch a movie tonight. Fifth is, it might rain later. Take an umbrella. If you have done it correctly, then you are legends. Very nice. Wrap up. Now, let's wrap up our lesson. Zero conditionals. In zero conditional sentences, we talk about facts, habits, instructions, rules, scientific facts, and things that are generally true. A clause is a combination of subject and verb. And when we use present indefinite tense for both if clause and the main clause. For example, you get fat if you eat too many sweets. Now let us revise the concept of modal verbs. A verb is an action word. A helping verb helps the verb to describe its function. A modal verb is a special kind of verb that indicates ability, order, permission, possibility, or request. A helping verb is used to show tense, while modal verbs show possibility, obligation, or permission. Many modal verbs have similar meanings. Class, I hope that you have learned about zero conditional sentences and modal verbs very well today. So now let us discuss your home task. Your home task is that you have to make 2 sentences of the following modal verbs: would, might, could, may, and ought to. And you also have to practice zero conditional sentences on loose sheet. If you have any confusion regarding to your home task, you can watch this lesson again. So, my dear students, it's time to say goodbye. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.